What's up guys, my name is Brandon and welcome back to the 50-second jailbreak update video, and we have a ton to talk about today. First of all, yes, I've not made a jailbreak update video in quite a while, so we are going to do some catching up in this video. The jailbreak scene hasn't really been in the best spot recently, but this past week has been absolutely insane regarding jailbreak news. But I am happy to announce that I will be bringing back the jailbreak update videos on a weekly or bi-weekly basis now, so I will not be gone for a while again for the foreseeable future. All right, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's talk about what's in the title. In iOS 11.2 through 11.2.6 jailbreak and also in iOS 11.3 jailbreak. What is the current situation for these two jailbreaks and when can we expect them, if at all? Let's go ahead and discuss about that. And also, just to make things very clear, iOS 11.1.2 is still the latest jailbreakable firmware. If you're above 11.1.2, if you're on 11.2 or above, there is no jailbreak out for your device right now. Do not fall for any scams or any videos out there saying that there is a jailbreak for 11.2 and above, because there is not. But there might be one coming very soon, and that's what I'm going to be talking about to you guys in this video today. So over the past few weeks, we've had multiple big breaks in the jailbreaking world. So let's go ahead and talk about the iOS 11.2 through 11.2.6 jailbreak, and then we'll talk about the iOS 11.3 jailbreak later on in this video. So there is a new security researcher on the scene named Brandon Azad, and he recently tweeted out about a vulnerability he has for iOS 11.2 through 11.2.6. And as you can see here, the tweet, he says, for those on 11.2.6 or below, I'm working on a user space security research platform. You'll be able to spawn pseudo-signed binaries to run as unsandboxed root with arbitrary entitlements, including tasks for PID allow. Then he followed that tweet up with, this is a user space only exploit, no kernel vulnerabilities, but still gets you a shell. I'm submitting a talk about this work to a security conference. When the exploit becomes public will depend on when the issue gets fixed and whether the talk is accepted. So basically, when this does get released, it's not going to be a full jailbreak, but it's going to allow us to make minor enhancements to our device, something like Houdini and Torngat did on iOS 11. And the reason this won't be a full jailbreak is because it's not a kernel exploit, as he said in the tweet, which won't give us read-write access, which obviously will not lead to a full jailbreak. Now, of course, more could always be built upon this, it could be chained with other exploits and things like that to create a full jailbreak, but we're not expecting that, at least not from Brandon Azad. And once again, we could see this release pretty soon. It really just depends on when he does give this talk, if it gets accepted, and when the actual talk and when the conference they submitted this talk to actually takes place. So I'll be sure to let you guys know when anything more happens regarding Brandon Azad and this user space security tool. So all of this was talked about at the end of April, and I'm just now catching up on that. But just 2 days ago, a major break happened in regards to the iOS 11.2.6 jailbreak. And that break is that Chris Wade, who is one of the original iPhone jailbreakers, actually released publicly a kernel exploit. Yes, he publicly released a kernel exploit for iOS 11.2.6 on Twitter, publicly for everybody to see. So this all started when Min_Spark Zhang tweeted out, this is not a jailbreak because we didn't remount the root file system to read write and install Cydia. The problem is Apple added a new mitigation on iOS 11.3 and APFS Kext, and we need to bypass it. And this was in response to a tweet where he showed root access on iOS 11.3. And to that tweet, Coolstar replied, got something to get around the rootfs remount issue on 11.3, but meh, not like we're getting a public kernel exploit anyways. And those are famous last words, because in response to that tweet, this is where Chris Wade surprised everybody by saying, I can give that to you. Looks like the latest I can give you is 11.2.6. I think they were patched in 11.3. Then he posted a pastebin link which had the code written in plain text. And this pastebin link was taken down quickly, but the code is still out there in other places. As you can see, it's on the screen right now. And then Coolstar replied to Chris Wade's tweet saying to stay put on iOS 11.2 through 11.2.6, which of course is implying that he might be updating Electra to support all iOS versions up to 11.2.6 fairly soon. But of course, it's still too early to know for sure what he's actually planning on doing with this. And of course, you guys know I will be bringing you a video if anything does get released or any more gets announced on this on Twitter or anything like that. So definitely make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any more in regards to the 11.2.6 jailbreak. So yeah, that is super exciting news for those of you on iOS 11.2 through 11.2.6. Unfortunately, those versions are not being signed anymore, so you have to already be on there, but that's still good news nonetheless. So now let's talk about the iOS 11.3 jailbreak. So a couple weeks back, a security researcher known as Sorry My Bad posted this on Twitter. Jailbreak on the latest iOS 11.3 and the Bounty of Edge bounty program. Feel lucky. Now this guy is legit, and that was an actual jailbreak for iOS 11.3, but unfortunately this is probably not going to get released at all to the public. I just wanted to include this really quick just to show that it was possible on 11.3, but now we're going to turn to something else interesting regarding the iOS 11.3 jailbreak, a different 11.3 jailbreak. All right, so remember a couple minutes ago when I was talking about Spark Zhang and the iOS 11.3 root shell? Well, just last night he posted an update saying this time it's a real jailbreak now, posting a picture of Cydia and mTerminal running on 11.3. And then just a couple hours later, he posted a video showing the same jailbreak running on iOS 11.3.1, which of course is the latest public iOS version right now. Now, as always with Spark Zhang or anybody from Alibaba or anything like that, the probability of us getting any kind of release, any kind of public jailbreak release, or even any kind of code release is slim to none. We're probably not going to get anything from this, but it's cool to just see that it is possible. So I guess the most we'll probably get out of this is a write-up on the exploit. I'm sure we're not going to get a full jailbreak from this or anything like that, so I would not get your hopes up, unfortunately. But once again, it still is awesome to see that multiple jailbreaks have been achieved on iOS 11.3 and 11.3.1. Now let's talk about something that will actually get released, and that is an updated version of Houdini that will work on iOS 11.4 and below. So just last night, Abraham Master posted a video showcasing an iPad on iOS 11.4 beta running a new version of Houdini beta 3. So this is actually really exciting, since we probably are a long ways off from an iOS 11.4 jailbreak, and this is really the next best thing. Now, if you don't know what Houdini is, definitely go ahead and watch the video I have linked down in the description below to see what is possible with Houdini. You know, it was available on earlier versions of iOS 11. You can really customize your device without an actual full jailbreak. It really kind of is a jailbreak, but not really. But you can really do a lot with it, which is awesome, and I cannot wait for this to get released for 11.4 and below, because once again, that'll be the latest version of iOS, hopefully, when it gets released, and that will be really awesome. Now, one thing we don't know is which bug he's actually exploiting to get this to work on 11.4 and below. So it'll be interesting to see when this does actually get released. Now, just because you've seen that newer versions of iOS have been jailbroken does not mean you should go ahead and update your device. Really, the best thing you should do is just stay on the lowest firmware possible, or whatever firmware you're on right now. Just stay put there. And if you're jailbroken, obviously stay there. The one, I guess the one exclusion, the one exception I should say, is that if you are jailbroken, if you're on an old version of iOS like iOS 9 or 10, you're really just getting tired of it, it's getting stale, then you may want to go ahead and update to, 11.3.1 or 11.4 beta or something like that, and then just sit there and wait for a jailbreak. But just know that it could be a while before you get a jailbreak. So anyways, guys, that is everything going on in the jailbreak community right now. It feels good to be caught up on everything. Let me know what you think of everything going on in the community right now in the comment section below. Also, let me know which version of iOS you are on and if you are jailbroken or not. Now, if you guys still want the top tweaks videos for iOS 11, let me know down in the comment below as well. I am planning on doing another one, but I want to make sure there's still demand there for it before I go ahead and put all the time and effort into that. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you are looking forward to the iOS 11.2 and 11.3 jailbreak. And as always, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss the next jailbreak update episode. And of course, when any jailbreak tutorials come out, I will be one of the first on YouTube to post it. So definitely make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when those go live. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.